Members, thank you so much. If you're watching this video, you got early access to this. We're going to break down some stocks that I'm looking at. The first one is going to be Amazon. This is a trade idea that I'm interested in. Obviously, do your own research before you make trades. Let's look at Amazon as a whole right now. Amazon has earnings coming up soon, so this interests me big time. And when I'm looking at it, 238 pulled back all the way to about $216 per share. That's a 10% pullback. So right now, I'm very interested in buying Amazon, but I want to give it a little bit more time. When I move just on the 5-minute time frame, you do see we do have 3 lines of support. So I'm going to be looking for this on Tuesday when the market opens. You have $216 right here, support, bounced right here, bounced again right here, and right around this area. So if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see that if we break this 216, which is very possible with market weakness, we have another move right here at $212. I'll be looking to take a scalp position in this. We have earnings coming up, and this chart looks a little brutal in terms of heavy rejection at 228 for Amazon and then sold all the way off to 216. Yes, it could be a little oversold right now, but it's definitely something that I wanted to keep my eye on. So that's the first stock I just wanted to show you in terms of opportunities. Now let's move to AMD. AMD is another stock that I'm looking potentially here. They had that big news with the OpenAI, and now we had a big move yesterday with that tariff talk with the US and China, 240 down to about $214 per share. That puts it at 11% pullback right there. Looking for potential $200 rejection. Now remember, anytime you get a move like this, so I want to show you this. Let's look at the 5-day on this, reset the chart. Anytime that you have a gap fill, normally it gets filled. So there will be a time where AMD retests 200. It'll probably get support, but this gap right here to 167, that's an 18% drop. At some point, this may get retested and filled. So shorts will definitely be looking for an opportunity. If we can eventually break this 200, I think we'll get a bounce off of this in the short term. But if we can eventually get a rejection of that 202, 203, and then push back down to that 270, that is a gap fill that I would be very interested in trading. Tesla also, another trade idea that I'm looking at is we are waiting for a further pullback. Tesla had a massive rejection at this $443 level. And now when I'm looking at it, if it can break $400 per share, $400 per share would be the first retest. Looking for this zone right here around $400 per share. And then even better would be maybe if the news really does get worse, we get a pullback another 10% down to 370. It's not out of the question. This is where it started to blow up right here. So I definitely would pay attention to this. But you have multiple levels of resistance around 367. You can see right here. And then right around here is where it blasted up from 367. So that's Tesla, AMD, and Amazon that I'm watching. The other one is Dutch Bros. Now, we just have to see what's going on. But Dutch Bros is continuing to sell off. So it would be very nice if we could see this pull back a little further. And I just want to show you, looking here on the 6-month chart, we have support around $43 per share. This is really what I've been waiting for. I like the $50 for the scalp level. We called that level out. That was beautiful. 47 back up to 50. Now is it rejecting the $50? That's basically what we're trying to figure out in the interim. But if we can get a pullback to these levels, I mean, you have multiple areas of support around that, basically $40 to $42. You have levels where it has bounced. So that would be nice to see. We're going to be patient. We're going to watch Dutch Bros. If the overall market is weak, then we have to be cautious and look for that. Let me know what plays you're doing. Tell me if you're interested. I'm curious.